they were rejected not to be licensed. Maybe they are not fulfill the requirement for being licensed as an advocate. All the cited jurisprudence are not relevant, are not binding to the court, and the court should abide by the Constitution and by the law. And the section 182 of the Code of Criminal Procedure that have been cited is require a licensed advocate. Advocate who is not complying with the law should not be allowed to defend the accused persons. If the accused fail to find any suitable advocate, the law gives the government right to find who will be defend the accused as a legal aid. So the prosecution is insisting and requesting the court to send those advocates outside of the defense and to be seated with the public outside. Thank you very much.
Do you have written response?
This is our response.
It is verbal?
Yeah, verbal, yes.
That's all right.
Yes.
Thank you.
According to the Constitution and the law.
Okay, you're welcome. Sit down.
Yes, thank you.
Your Lordship.
Excuse.
Thank you.
You finished. You see, it was the view of this court to conduct these trials on daily basis. But we realized that this is not giving time or chance to the parties to prepare and to properly prepare for the next session. Number two, the court also to have time to easily look into long written pleadings by the parties. Number three, the public at large is to be given chance to exercise its works normally, for we recognized the role of the security forces in controlling the situation, and that is good. But also there is need to consider the need of the citizens to go to their work without being disturbed. For example, the institution like the university and other nearby business. It is this balance of interests. The court decided to defer this section to the coming Monday on the 29th September 2025 at 9:30 a.m. for the decision on the objection presented by the defense team and the objections that's presented by the prosecution now.
Your Lordship.
Therefore, the court is adjourned for that time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers of South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation. As witnessed in the courtroom, the court has just adjourned up to September 29th, 2025 at 9 a.m. To look through the objection presented by both teams, and that is when maybe it will present its final judgment on who to rule over. The cases involving the 8 suspects. And as witnessed, I think I'll hand you over to my colleague Matthew Joseph for more update on what has happened in the court. Matthew Joseph, please.
Thank you so much, Leila Osman. The morning court sessions have been adjourned to 29th, that is Monday, to allow the court understand and go through the objections from both parties, the prosecution and the defense. And the court also raised concern about the daily activities of the public. So in this case, it has given more time to let the public also go about their business, whereby the nearby premises will be opened, leading to the adjournment of the proceedings to Monday. And this will allow the court to go through all the long script being written by both parties, prosecution and defense team. And during this session, several issues were put forward. From the prosecution team, they raised the concern of some advocates being allowed in from the defense team, bringing in unlicensed advocates to come and attend the proceedings, arguing to the court these individuals should be sent out of the courtroom or allowed to sit in public, instead to be part of the attendance, to be able now to witness the proceedings rather than participating in the argument in this court hearing. From now, let me give the microphone to Peter Moray. Okay, let's go to the studio. Let's go to Gore Anthony to give you more updates about the proceedings. For now, it has been adjourned to 29th Monday. So get prepared. A lot more of these are coming up.
From my colleagues down at the courtroom, Matthew Joseph, Leila Osman, Peter Mori, as well as Martin Justin Kose. You've been following closely the court proceedings presided over by 3 presiding over judges, that is led by Dr. James Alaladeng, who is the presiding over judge. And this is, of course, is the 3rd session of the court proceedings for the suspected Port Kang Chol and also Dr. Riek Machar, plus other military and political members of the opposition. Of course, our viewers, if you could remember very well, the court process is started from the first day, the second day, which was yesterday, Tuesday, and today, the 3rd day, which is the Wednesday. And of course, there are a lot that happened. So far, we are seeing some bit of progress that is happening. As you could see, the first day, the attendance was a little bit fewer. To the second day, it increased, but today Freedom Hall is actually full to the brim. This shows the impartiality that our public or members of the region and international community have been saying. They've been waiting to hear that or to see that this court proceeding has to be actually accessible to people, and this has been actually echoed several times by the presiding judge, that is Dr. James Alala, who has said that it is for the public consumption, and any member of the public who has that zeal to come and attend the court processes, he or she is welcome to attend the session. Of course, as we said from the beginning, viewers, the process of the verdict or the judgment has not yet been started. And what we are now, we are still on the establishment of the special court. There are some, pulling of rope between the defense team and the prosecution team. And based on the jurisdiction that the defense team was saying, that they are saying that there is a need for this court not to be able to try the suspected, while the prosecution team gave their ground. Yesterday, they wrote a detailed report saying the court is competent to be able to try the 8 suspected individuals who are actually connected to the incident that took place in Nasir this year on 3rd of March. And of course, viewers, as the court procession is started today by the introduction of both parties, starting from the prosecution team, the defense team, as well as the accused who happen also to be part or happen to be present at the courtroom. All the accused were there. Now, what came out of today's session? What came out actually is that there is some bit of understanding so far. Both the advocates from the defense team as well as the prosecution team, they are a little bit getting somehow to some bit of understanding and some bit of normality and harmony, and only that there was some number of issues that were raised, that were put across by the defense team in the names of Advocate Kurlwal, who mentioned that some of the lawyers or some of the advocates who are being hired in the defense team, some of them don't have license. They are not accredited, or their license may have got expired, and some IDs. So according to him, they went and met credible, government institution to be able to renew their license. And according to him, he said some of them were not given access, or some of their license are not being, renewed. But also on the prosecution side, that is led by Advocate Maulana Shukri, he actually defended the ground, saying that the government or there are other institutions like the Bar Association and other institutions of the government who are responsible to make sure they issue license to credible advocates. And this can be done only if you fulfill some obligations. So this alone tell that Shukri asked the presiding over judge to issue directives to let out those who happen to be members of the defense team to leave the courtroom or sit in the next, upper room or the other side of the room, to be like those who are attending the court. So this is where the courtroom actually happened. This is what happened in the courtroom. But remember, the presiding over judge, that is Dr. James Alala, then also made important point. Some of the important point he made is that the few days that the court has been starting, there are some bit of challenges that has been happening in the country or in the town, especially the vicinity of Nyakron Market, University of Juba. These are some of the concerns he put across, and he said it is out of his need, that out of his will, that as a presiding judge, that this court should be going on daily basis. But due to some of the challenges, if all of you viewers could remember that this court, because it's near the campus of University of Juba, that is at Custom, and these students were carrying out exams. So for this matter, the presiding over judge, that is Dr. James Alala, mentioned that he will have to actually push or adjourn the court to Monday, 29th of September 2025, to be able also to give chance to the ordinary citizen to carry out their daily activities, those who are carrying out businesses, because there is a market nearby. For those viewers of ours who are not close to Juba, there is a market, Nyakuron Market, close to the court premises. Also, there is a University of Juba campus of Custom. And so the presiding over judge was so much concerned about this. And he said he doesn't want the court to be able to affect the daily activities of both the students and the economic activities in the country. Therefore, the adjournment or the pushing of this court proceeding to 29, according to him, will also allow citizens to be able to carry out their daily activities smoothly. And then that very day, the 29th, finally the jury, the three presiding over judges, that is led by Dr. James Alala, plus Justice Stephen Simon and Justice Isaac Purmajok, they will sit on 29th on Monday at 9 a.m. to be able now to pass verdict. They will give actually judgment now. Issues raised by the prosecution team and issues raised by the defense team, now they will pass judgment saying either to the objections that was given by the defense team or the support and some of the objection also given by the prosecution team. But the end results of this is to ensure that the process moves on smoothly. And as I said from the beginning to the viewers to our people who are watching, is that this process is credible and it is accessible for all the public domain. As you could see today, also journalists were allowed to be able to cover this. And this is the impartiality and fairness and fair trial that our people were calling for. We say SSBC will still remain committed to ensure that this event continue to be relayed to you. To sum up is that once again we have a number of quotes or number of quotations of some of the legal justice scholars who made some quotes on judgment or on some of rule of law. It says, it is essential that justice be done, and it is equally vital that justice not to be confused with revenge, for the two are wholly different. That's one of the quotes. The other quote is that by scholar John Locke once said, I quote, "The end of the law is not to abolish and retrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom." Next, case of trial is basically a structural process where the facts of the cases are presented to a jury, and they decide if the defendant or the accused is guilty or not guilty of charges offered. During the trial, prosecutor uses witnesses and evidences to prove the jury that the defendant committed the crime. This process would follow when the presiding judges, the defense lawyers, or the team finally agreed on the competence of the established special court to try the accused and their associate. With that, viewers, upholding to the rule of law and the guiding principles of the country's sovereignty is what matters in this event. And we'll say, stay tuned to SSBC. Let's meet again on 29th of Monday, 29th September 2025, same time, live on SSBC, both on our YouTube account, SSBC Official, and Facebook account, SSBC, and we are going to be, as always, live on streaming live from the courtroom and SSBC studio. With this, viewers, I want to say thank you for joining us from the first day till today, and thanks to all our colleagues who were on the ground or the courtroom, and also our colleague on the control room. Thank you so much, and stay tuned to SSBC for the rest of our programs. Bye for now.